Hello, Roastbrief community. Today we have the honor to welcome Linda Knight, who is president, who spent the last 4 years as president of the CCO of Observatory, a creative ad agency with deep roots in entertainment, and one of the Fast Company's most innovative companies of 2022, 2021, and 2022. 2020, 2021, and 2021.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Recognized as one of Business Insider's 30 most creative women in advertising, and Adweek 50 list in the Adweek 50 list, and 2023's Adweek 100 creative leaders. She has spent her formative years in Whedon plus Kennedy and Amsterdam. Is everything correct?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. What a great introduction.
So thank you very much, Linda, for accepting this interview. I would like to start with this question, that is, as the chairwoman of the Gerety Awards 2024 jury, what unique or exciting aspects do you expect to see in this year's pieces?
Yeah, well, I am excited to see great work, original thinking, and excellent craft. I'm excited to see work from around the world. The Gerety has cuts rather than categories, that traditionally represent different mediums. This is the humour cut, an innovation cut, and work for good cut, which makes it much more interesting, I think, as a show. It's not a traditional way of judging. So I'm excited to dig into things like humour and innovation and entertainment. I think that, the Gerety Awards is not as well known as some other award shows, but we're going to judge it harshly. The winners should reflect the best work in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
So we are expecting to see like a lot of innovation and technology and this kind of stuff in this year awards.
Mm-hmm.
What criteria will you consider when evaluating these year pieces in terms of innovation and originality?
Yeah. Well, have I seen anything like it before? Does it make me wish that I'd done it? Am I a bit jealous? Is it memorable? Innovation, is it fresh and new? Is it a new partnership or a medium or a new way to do something? Is it surprising? I like to look at work when I'm judging it, internally and during award shows as both a consumer and a marketer. So first I react as a consumer. Does it resonate? Does it make sense? Is it interesting? Do I feel something? Is it funny? Do I have a chuckle? Do I get goosebumps? Is it moving? Because it really does have to be instantly impactful. It's no good if you don't care or if it's invisible. And then once I have that reaction, I think about it from a marketer's perspective. So, knowing what I know and what I've seen over my career, is it good insight? Is it well crafted? Is it simple? And then I judge. So it's human reaction first, and then I let the marketer's mind in.
So we could say that you are going to consider like this part of being impactful at the first time.
Original and impactful, and do I care?
What creative and innovative trends do you expect to see reflected in this year's submissions, and how do you believe these trends may impact the advertising industry?
Well, I'm hoping to see some great brand entertainment. I really hope that's not a trend. We know a lot of people don't love ads. So it really does make sense for brands to create things that people want to see and engage with. And, the Barbie movie, for example, which everyone has talked about so much, but, you don't need to do an entire feature film, although you could. I think brand entertainment can be short or long, it can be scripted or unscripted, but it should be something that is entertaining and doesn't feel like an ad. And then having that content-centric piece that everyone watches and engages with makes the rest of your campaign, and you can still do your more traditional ads around that, it makes people more likely to engage in those things if they've already seen something that excites them and is interesting. So I think it makes anything more traditional work a lot harder. So I'm excited to see some brand entertainment. I want to see some comedy. You know, I think the crazier the world gets, the more we need a good laugh, especially in the US here with the election year. We're going to need a break from that. And then, you know, I think another trend is short form. What are brands doing on social and TikTok that doesn't feel like just a short ad, that actually works with the medium? So I think those are some trends, I guess.
Like you are expecting this not ad thing that can like make you laugh, like make you feel something. You know, I think you are like telling us a lot of this. Like you want emotions and you want impact, but you also want it to be innovating and showing like something new. Like we are expecting this in this new Gerety Awards 2024.
Yeah, I think, look, everything we do, you have to feel something. And that doesn't mean it has to be big, emotional, tearjerker. You can just have a laugh. It can be really dumb and stupid, but you feel something. So I think everything should, you know, that's as old as time, that you have to feel something to do great work. But I think there's new mediums, there's new possibilities, which I think is really exciting for our industry, that, you know, we should be trying to do more brand entertainment. It makes sense. Especially as people are blocking ads.
Mm-hmm.
You know, find that you know, piece of work that can speak to your brand's values, and get people excited to engage with your brand a little bit more.
Like to show this brand value, but not just in a entertainment way. I think we could mention that brands can try to connect with the consumers and the people.
Exactly. They should always connect. I mean, there's so many beloved brands that really do connect on a higher level than just selling stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Apple, Nike, there's brands that people love because of the brand and because they relate to them. So that is really important. And, you know, the selling sort of comes second.
And because of this speech, you mentioned it at the first part of this interview that it has to be like the speech tell in a clever way to refer to the brand, and also in what you're saying, in also and in what you're showing or trying to show to connect with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it needs to be fresh and smart, and, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. Even if it's a, you know, 15-second something or a 6-second something, it needs to be some strategy behind that, and then done well in a fresh way that's interesting and connects. So not that hard. Very hard.
Not that hard for you because you're one part of the
No,
movie.
I was being sarcastic. It is very difficult, as we all know in this industry. It's hard to do all those things.
What advice would you offer to creative and agencies participating in the Gerety Awards 2024 to stand out from the crowd and deliver truly innovative and effective pieces? Like, what would you say to them?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I assume they've already done the work, because it's in the award show, and it either stands out or it doesn't. But for next year, as I said, start with great strategy, smart strategy, and then concept. And, you know, I think it's great to be a little bit scared when you are concepting, first concepting, and then throughout the whole process. You know, you should be a little bit nervous by your ideas, because it probably means they haven't been done before, which means when they go out into the world, they haven't been seen before, and they will stand out more. So I would say, you know, it's okay to be scared, because it probably means that it's something fresh and new, and you should keep that throughout the process and just fight for that, because, you know, I mean, there's so much out there in the world to see, and doing things that really stand out is really important. And then I think, you know, looking at ideas and judging them from the perspective of consumer. Why would they care? You know, you can have a list of product benefits in an ad, but if it's the same old thing and it's just not good enough, no one cares, and no one's trying to work out what your ad is saying or the meaning of your ads. They really don't compare. As I said, we're competing against every piece of content in the world, not just ads. You're not just competing with other agencies. You are competing with studios and movies and amazing TV and TikTok. We've got a few seconds to engage people, and it should be engaging from the start. And by that, I don't mean just putting a logo in the first few seconds. It really has to be interesting and unexpected. And then craft, just make it as perfect, as beautiful, as funny, as stupid as you possibly can, and take out anything that doesn't need to be there. Simple.
And also seeing it in this way that actually people aren't like seeing the ads or blocking the ads. So if you try to engage people, engage them in the first, I don't know, 1, 2, or 3 seconds, because if you don't do that, you will lose it.
Yeah, you'll lose it. And that's another reason to do more brand entertainment, because people have already blocked ads. They're already just watching the streaming channel. So if you can create something that people seek out and want to watch, and you're not just ramming yourself in there and forcing them to watch something that they don't want, they're actually coming to you, then it's going to be, it's going to be much more successful to do that. So I'm so excited that the industry is, doing more of that work.
What message would you like to convey to this year's participants about the importance of creativity in contemporary advertising, especially in the context of the Gerety Awards?
Well, I believe creativity is everything. It's the ideas that make every brand, every product, every tagline. Creativity is the line, just do it. It's water in a can called liquid death. It's the brand that people love for what it represents, not just what it's trying to sell them. This is creativity. It's every big idea. And, I feel like lately creativity is a bit of the whipping boy. It's considered indulgent or a waste of money or frivolous. It's expensive. It's time consuming. But creativity is what builds a brand and keeps it beloved and relevant. It's so important. And that has to come first. We can have digital performance and media, but that can't be everything. Anything worthwhile has to come from a great idea. And I think that Gerety celebrates impactful creative work. It's so important. And especially, and we've not touched on this yet, but it's judged by women. It's an all-female jury, global jury who judges Gerety. Women, we are the most powerful consumers. We control 85% of purchasing decisions, almost 32 trillion in global spending. We're super consumers. So when the work resonates with us, that means it works. So I think creativity is very, very important. It's everything.
I would like to close this marvelous interview. Thank you, Linda Knight, for accepting this. I think it will be very nutritious for our community to hear you and to hear about all these bullet points that you are sharing about women as consumers, about creativity, about how can you improve in the industry, because if you are not creative, also you will die. I mean, if you don't innovate, you will stay in the same point and you won't move. I would like to close this with something that you can share with us, not just about the Gerety Awards, but about what would you share from you to our Roastbrief community?
Well, I think we're all just trying to do great work and put good things into the world, and I wish everyone the best. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about great work. I'm passionate about spending. I'm passionate about judging. So, I just wish for all of you that you can continue just doing great work and putting it out into the world. I know it's getting harder and harder, and there are a lot of obstacles and budgets are shrinking, but I think, we're smart enough cluey enough, creative enough to be able to do amazing work no matter what is put in front of us and the challenges. So good luck, everyone.
Thank you very much, Linda. And Roastbrief community, let's remember she is Linda Knight, who is going to attempt the Gerety Awards 2024. She is part of the jury. And also, I'd like to mention that this year's jury, it's all about, it's all conformed with females. So we're going to see how this go on. Thank you very much, Linda, for accepting this interview. And that would be all.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.